Hey guys, so this is Dawnbreaker 11. I think it's one of the easier mythics. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. Here we go. Okay, so here I forgot to start recording at the beginning, but as you can see, the DPS is really good at that first pull. So here I have to really make a macro to like mouse over and interrupt. I asked them all to interrupt the cast, especially like these casters, the Shadow Mage. If they don't get an interrupt, they'll just free cast in the middle over there somewhere. It's easier if they just interrupt and I have the talent that speeds them up when I taunt them, so that always kind of helps. I'm hovering on the commander there because I'm trying to interrupt the how, but as you'll see right now, my DPS is like really on it, so I didn't really have to worry about it. Oh, the healer got it there. The DPS is really good. Again, that paladin, red pallies are just like destroying everything. And then pretty simple enough. We fly over to the first ship.
They've got us surrounded. You'll need to use those mounts of yours to fly to them.
And then here, I pop a defensive in the keg. And again, like trying to get those interrupts in the casters because it's like really important. Cheat wave for some healing and some damage, of course. Leg sweep for, some CC. Then trying to get that whip mage down. But also at the same time, like the curse blades do a lot of damage. So I try to use my celestial brew on those. Normally for this affix, I try to save my execute just because once the Xalotaph pops up, like I can use it on it to like get its health down pretty quick and then just like burst it down on my own.
Embrace who you truly
So like right there,
Only
you
one
see.
more ship in the Dawnbreaker is ours.
See, I used it and like knocked out 75% of her health. But then again, we just left because I don't think it followed you. Well, I didn't know it didn't follow you, and it didn't. And again here, again trying to get some aggro. Celestial Brew, that tainted slash. And again, I'm always trying to spam whatever CC or interrupts I can get, trying to cleanse off stagger as soon as I see it's red. Because Brewmasters take a lot of damage. Like, stagger helps, but so you'll see like my stagger bar will be red like a lot of the time, so cleansing off really helps.
interrupt.
Right there, see, this is where I need the macro, and it kind of sucks that I haven't done it because I was clicking, 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 and I couldn't get the commander. But luckily, the hunter, he got it.
We have learned to embrace the dark. Be not afraid. Let it
Here,
embrace
well, the
you.
healer's already full health
Guides
and
me,
full mana, sorry.
empowers
So
me.
we just start again. Interrupt just to get her in the middle, and again
Defensive.
another interrupt. Okay, so here for this obsidian beam, if you see in the middle of my stagger bar. So part of the reason why I'm always cleansing stagger is because I want to
Open your
kind of beef up my celestial brew for this
Watch your
specific reason, right? And also, this kind of sucks when you have 3 melee DPS. Well, 2 melee. That's kind of why range has to stay like at a max range. And again, now we're gonna go into one of the combos that I use to mitigate
defensive.
damage. So again, what I do is I use a celestial brew, followed by a purifying brew, followed by an expel harm, and that's gonna be like I guess one of the main combos that I use. It really helps with mitigating damage, especially here, or when you know you're about to take like burst. You celestial brew first, and then you time the purifying brew to cleanse the stagger, and then expel harm for a heal. It's also kind of why I took light brewing instead of training of Niao Zhao, so I can have more of those celestial brews and purifying brews faster. As you're gonna see right now, we kind of messed up here.
Watch your step.
Because you see that? Yeah. I could have probably moved her. I had like maybe a second right there to move her, and I didn't.
Relax,
So she
embrace.
went Burning Shadows into the Obsidian Beam.
Defensive.
That wrecked us. So
It's too far
this
away.
again, this is why it sucks to have a lot of melee because you don't have the space to maneuver. Here, right here, the warrior dies. I try to heal him, but
And
you know,
so you
it's
fall.
pointless,
The
I guess.
shadows bless you.
But again, these
Open your
casts kind of
mind.
suck
Watch your
because
step.
if you
Feel
miss the
the dark.
opportunity in between the collapsing night to move
Defensive.
her, she does the obsidian beam right away, and then it's just like you're pretty much screwed. And again, there, you know,
I need to get
we
closer.
kind of got that down quick. Luckily, we have the good
Feel
DPS, so you know we
life's
didn't have to
embrace.
struggle too hard. There again, I'm positioning her more towards the middle. It's easier
Watch your
for the
step.
Life
obsidian
be unending.
beam to kind of not fall on top of us too.
Defensive.
I'm out of range.
So there I had 2 stacks for the Celestial Brew, and again, Celestial Brew into cleanse into
The
expel
shadows
harm.
bless you.
So now I'm flying
Run.
to the route and I'm gonna ping them to go there. This route I take is like the least caster
Lost
heavy.
control of her
It's a
magic.
lot of
Get
melee,
out of there.
so we're pretty good with that considering that we take a lot of magic damage. We don't really have a lot of magic mitigation. So this route has like very few casters, probably like 5 or 6 in total. So it's a pretty good one I can show you guys. And here we start here and
Interrupt.
again interrupt this guy right away just so that we can get everybody
Find
stacked
and
up
defeat
together.
them before you
Normally I
have to face
usually
that
tell the
commander at
Watch your
DPS to
step.
get the casters down
Crowd
first.
control.
The reason for that is that it makes it easier to chain pull. I think our warrior like DC through a little bit or something, or I don't know. I don't know what was happening there.
Still
But he took a while to get back.
Open your
But
mind.
again, we
Watch
kill
your
the caster
step.
and it makes it easier to chain pull. So you're gonna
Embrace
see
you.
right now, like we kill the caster and then I just um, go ahead and pull the next pack.
Watch your step.
And I'm pretty confident in this pull because I have 8 stacks of
closer.
Purifying Brew into Celestial. So it's
Run.
like, I'm not gonna die if I pop my shield here. I have 10. And again, that's why I'm constantly always using Purifying Brew because I'm trying to cleanse as much stagger. And
Frontal.
this route is pretty good just for the fact that it's a lot of melee, so you don't have to really worry about taking a lot of magic damage, which Brewmaster monks kind of suck at doing. Okay, this pool here is
Frontal.
pretty easy. The only
Frontal.
the only problem here is that that hunter there, he shouldn't be there. He should be back there where the stairs are at, so that it makes it easier for me to navigate
Frontal.
all 4 of these frontals. See, because I'm just rotating between
Frontal.
left and right. But the hunter makes it a bit difficult because it's like now I can't move so much because I'm scared that I'm gonna hit him with it. So here, before we go
Frontal.
to the next pool, always make sure that one tactician is down,
Frontal.
and then you can go to the next one. Normally because this guy is already
Open
low,
your mind.
and the timer on his next frontal is
I'm out of range.
it's kind of long, so he's not going to
Frontal.
be able to cast it before he dies. Here again, the caster I missed. Well, I didn't miss the
Watch your
interrupt, I
step.
just didn't do it. Somebody else did it. Again, here
Crowd
comes
control.
the affix. Everybody's really good in the interrupts
Frontal.
there too, so I kind of too much. There, I interrupted that one somehow. I
Watch your
guess.
step.
I'm not sure. And okay, so for these shadow,
Frontal.
manifested shadows, when the DPS get targeted with it, they just have to move back. But I guess a lot of them kind of like just tunnel vision and they don't do that, so they drop the shadows on everyone, and then that kind of just
Frontal.
you can wipe you pretty much, I guess. So there, the tactician is dead. Again, I have 5 stacks of purifying brew. I know I
Interrupt.
can live. I used it
Frontal.
there to kind of survive a little bit, and then I just popped dampen harm just because
Watch
I
your
was,
step.
this pack is a little bit big.
Too far away.
Just waiting for the casters to die. So again,
Frontal.
normally I try to
Crowd
target them
control.
first.
Watch your step. Frontal. Open your mind. To the whisper.
So here I pull both of them with Keck Smash. So it's like
Watch your
less
step.
damage from the shadow walkers.
Watch your
They
step.
have that umbral rush thing, and that kind of hits pretty hard. So there I'm trying to taunt the effects away from the hunter. And again, this hunter was positioning
Watch your
pretty
step.
like bad. And you're gonna see right now because
Gruntle.
when we pull the mini boss, I need space so I can kind of roll away for the AoE explosion. But he's there, so he kind of keeps me from not doing that.
Watch your step.
And again, Black Hail, whoever gets targeted,
Watch
see,
your
they
step.
just need to move, but they just let that kind of fall on us. The Manifested Shadows were kind of low, so I just pulled the mini boss. And again, I used to do it inside of the house, but I feel like doing it outside is a lot better. And you're gonna see right now, look.
Run.
So Terrifying Slam, I move away. Look at the hunter just like hiding in the little crack next to the web. The hunter should be back there, like behind the mini boss. It makes it easier for me to kind of roll away. And you're gonna see again when I roll away for the next Terrifying Slam. I almost hit him with it.
It's still recharging.
Run. Open your mind to the wisdom.
That's why Lighter Than Air also is like a really good
Embrace who you truly are.
talent to take. You just kind of run back. This affix is also really good because it gives us 20% versatility. Man, that's so good on the monks. Like it really helps. I didn't get to show it here, but I think I'm at 25%. Like no buffs. After the flask and food, I'm at like 30%. So yeah, takes 20% on top of
AoE
it.
incoming.
Really good.
Gruntle.
I'm probably at like 18%, and then the 10% from the talent kind of helps as well. So it's like a lot. Here, it's kind of inevitable. We're gonna pull those shadows behind us next to the tree. Like this is like the closest I've tried to tank it next to the door, but it's just
AoE
it doesn't
incoming.
work.
Gruntle.
It's too far
And again, always cleansing, purifying, like trying to get those stacks high. As you can see, like it's red, like red all the time, guys.
Open your mind to the whispers. Embrace AoE incoming.
Yeah, this mini boss is pretty straightforward too. Don't really have to worry
Luckily,
too much.
my daughter and her children are safe. You've weakened the commander.
Okay, and then
cleansed my
here
home. Thank
we
you.
have a problem sometimes because the DPS doesn't aim it towards the gate, right?
They've
The
taken the inn as a foothold, and a lieutenant leads them.
this one I interrupt. I make sure that I don't pull the mini boss until this mage is dead, just because of the fact that it's like a lot to kind of keep track of, and it can lead to a lot of AoE damage if we can't get like a interrupt on her cast. But the minute she dies, minute she dies, I wait for the frontal and then I pull the next one. If not, like trying to get this one into position can kind of cleave the whole DPS, especially since they're all melee pretty much. It can cleave them and it can just pretty much mess us up, like right there. It's easier for them to move. I'm trying to position her a little bit more to the middle so the orb doesn't crash into the wall there. But I think it was a little bit too late because that one hit somewhere, I think. Yeah, we take a little bit of damage, but it's
Open your
fine.
mind to the whispers. Embrace who you truly are. Watch your Watch your
We've weakened the
Flash up
Nerubian
with him,
foothold on the
and then
town
go to
and
the
their
other mini
commander.
boss. Or the second boss. Again, waiting on the healer's mana, but he's pretty good. That's why he pings me to let me know, like, yo, I'm ready. This here, like, so I tank it here in this corner because when I get the terrifying slam, um, I can just roll back. You're gonna see it right now, and then lighter than air, straight back into it. And again, it's the same thing as the obsidian beam. It's celestial brew to mitigate damage, and then as soon as you get hit, you do purifying brew into either a vivify or an expel harm for healers, and that immediately kind of tops you off. As you can see, I have 8.85 million health. I can survive a hit if I drop down to like around 5.5 or 6 million.
Run.
So it's pretty good. Like again there, like you know, it's like at this point it's muscle memory. So I didn't have vision, but I knew like I had to do. There again, taunting the affix, you know, trying to get everybody to get him. So I have Mad Queen's mandate, and for this specific affix as well, I would use it on the void, just because I can be trying to get it down. Like again, see you there. Didn't have vision, but again, I know like where I have to go, and the combo to mitigate the damage is pretty simple. Like you kind of already know it. Again, I'm always purifying like stagger because I want to stack up the celestial brew absorbs, because you never know when you're gonna need it. Especially here, like we take a lot of AoE damage. So again, if I can cleanse, or if I can expel harm or something to help heal myself, it's like one less thing that the healer has to do. And again, see? It's just like muscle memory, you kind of just know where you have to go. As for these little guys, like, yeah, it can be rough. Because our keg smash, like, it's not that great at generating AoE threat. So it kind of like it's not that great. So sometimes I can just pull just by spamming a lot of damage. There we kill the void, so we can just go up there and have that buff before we started. The ship seemed pretty far for some reason. I don't know why. And again here the healer's at 100 mana. I just took a quick sec to repair because I knew like we had a lot of time. This is already about to be the last boss, and we're at 19 minutes. So I think I told him there like we can definitely get a +2 here because the damage is really good, and you know, everything was going pretty well. Like we only had 2 deaths, so again like nothing was going bad. For this, I normally try to taunt the DPS, the melee, sorry. For example, the Curse Blades, because they have that again, that Umbral Rush. If they target a DPS or a healer as soon as they come out, like it's over. Curse Blades, like look at this. Again, interrupts here are really like important, because if you interrupt, in that 1 second I can taunt and then get the caster into me. This is why I was pushing them all into me, for the specific reason that I need them all grouped up. The Architect's already hitting me, so I don't really have to worry so much about tanking him. It's more like I'm focusing on the ads and the DPS not killing each other with that AoE, which they pretty much did a good job at. Again, the DPS is pretty good, like everybody's doing over 1 million damage.
By the light of the flame! What is that fresh horror? I need to get closer.
Here we just grouped up the void next to Roshan and we were good. Again, that extra 20% versatility is so good, like it's a lot of damage reduction, it's a lot of extra damage that I do as well.
AoE incoming.
So for this boss, my DPS is a little bit low. I'm normally like around 400k, something like that. But it's because I'm kind of focusing on helping the healer heal, especially in these 11s. It can be a little bit hard on the healer, just because there's a lot of AoE damage that he does, like out of nowhere. Not to mention the fact that they take like a lot of damage from the poison waves. Like for example here, explosive spray almost killed the warrior and the healer. I topped them off, I think, with Vivify there. So, you know, like every little bit kind of helps.
Watch your step.
Not stop me.
Watch your step.
Continue. Acid sting.
AOE incoming. Watch your step.
You chase that monster from the Dawnbreaker. You must pursue and drive them from Hallowfall. This darkness is deadly. The Lamplighter's blessing will keep you safe.
Here, again, we're just flying off. We kind of got a good spot, so it was just there. I think this is where I told him that we can +2 it. Because we had a lot of time. Look, we had like 3 minutes and 30 seconds before the cutoff.
We are the warriors of the sacred flame. We will triumph.
Again, this is lighter than air. In really quick, interrupt. And again, this is just like a tank and spank at this point. It's just like trying not to get killed. So there you see like when they get the rolling acid, I try to heal, especially here when they get these webs. They get hit twice, so it goes off and then it goes off again once they break it. It's a little bit hard on the healer sometimes. It's like you're getting blasted by like AoE by AoE like every 2 seconds, and it's like pretty intensive on healers, so I try to help them out. Like there I popped the defensive just so that he didn't have to worry about healing me, he could focus on the DPS.
Acid sting.
I think I used diffuse magic, yeah.
Embrace who you.
And me trying to turn around and heal, I took a kind of a big hit there. That was kind of stupid of me.
Stop. Stop.
Again, there I used my Death's Touch on the Void just to get it down and get the extra versatility again.
AOE incoming. Watch your step.
Stay still.
Again, I kind of help people. Like whenever I get that instant Vivify, like I'll toss it on the DPS or the healer if they need it.
Watch your step.
Again, I kind of don't need it so much because, again, I'm stacking the Purifying Brews, so it's pretty simple. And again, there, we timed it +2. I don't really get anything from here because I already had pretty decent time for it, I guess. So yeah, that was pretty simple. Got my last vault slot there. And I got a healing ring, or something like that. Just checking my spec to make sure it's Brewmaster. Probably could use this for healing or something, or DPS. No, probably healing. But I ain't need it, so I give it to the hunter. You look at my bags, I have a lot of gear already, so I didn't mind. But yeah, that's +11 Dawnbreaker. It's probably the easiest of all of the mythics, to be honest with you, for Brewmasters, and I guess everybody in general. So I kind of like doing this one. Alright, thank you. Take care.